So, when I decided to come out of trophy hunting retirement, my main goal was not only to platinum new games, but to go back and platinum and 100% some old games. Now, I have played over 600 games, so this will be quite the challenge. But I do want to turn this measly 48.18% completion rate and make it somewhat respectable. So, with that in mind, let's get straight in to game number one. So, first up is Ratchet and Clank A Crack in Time. Now, this is a game I started way back in January 2011, went back to in 2012, and again in 2015. Now, as you can see, we're only 11% in and only have 8 bronze trophies, even though the bottom corner will say 9, because I did lose footage to one story related trophy. So, this game is on the PlayStation Store, part of PS Plus, and you can stream it via their PlayStation 3 app on the PS5. So these trophies do take forever to pop, and you cannot see the trophy requirements or descriptions, so you are kind of winging it. So that being said, as you can see in the background, we already earned our first bronze trophy and we now grab our second. If you've ever played a Ratchet and Clank game, you know a lot of the trophies are story based, you get one for every chapter, and you usually get some for difficulty based at the end. So we did start this game straight off on hard because I knew there was 3 difficulty trophies and I was going to have to do another playthrough for another trophy, and I didn't want to end up doing 3. And because of that, I am going to try and knock off as many trophies as I possibly can during this first playthrough. So we do end up doing the bronze, silver, and gold tournament and getting the bronze, silver, and gold champion trophy for those respective tournaments and also the retirement fund trophy. So going back to this game, I realised why I quit it so many times before. I did not personally enjoy this Ratchet and Clank. It is probably up there with one of the worst for me. Now, don't ask me why, because I've always been a big Ratchet and Clank fan, and if you ever see my trophy list, you will see I have the majority of the platinums. So, this game was a big disappointment for me. I don't know if it was the repetitiveness of the battle arenas or the Clank puzzles, which I didn't enjoy, or just overall the game itself. Because as for the story, I did enjoy aspects of the story, and I did enjoy some of the trophies. I thought some of the names of the trophies were very fun and enjoyable, and even some of the trophies themselves was very enjoyable. But then there was also a lot of trophies that just don't necessarily need to be there. For example, my blaster runs really hot trophy I thought was unnecessarily annoying. That trophy is a arcade game you will find in the battle arena, and you have to get so many points, but you only get so many lives and power-ups, and was just overly frustrating. Also, the battle arena trophies and the battle arena itself was overdone. I'm glad I never seen that in any other Ratchet and Clank, because I feel if that was in every Ratchet and Clank, I probably wouldn't play as many. So even though there was things I didn't enjoy, there was things I did. The story was one thing I did enjoy. I did find the story to be funny, engrossing, and move along the Ratchet and Clank arc very nicely. The movement system was great, the guns were great, and even the collectibles. I'm not always the biggest collectible fan, but the collectibles were in plain sight majority of the time. They were quite fun. The planets and everything were quite easy. So there was only 40 zonies and 40 gold bolts to find. You did also have to find the constructo mods, but all in all, for as collectibles go, not the worst in the world. I would rather do that than ever go back and do the My Blaster Runs Really Hot trophy or the Battle Arena trophies again. So as you can see, we are currently on 31 out of 37 after completing the Battle Arena for our final time. We then pushed on to finishing the story for a second time and getting the Glutton for Punishment trophy. So after all that, the platinum is within sight and we are on easy streak. We literally just had to finish up getting the gold bolts and then heading over to Lord Bolton to beat him once again. This would be our final boss fight, and you do only unlock him after getting all 40 zonies and completing the game for a second time. Now, this boss fight is slightly harder than the ones that was in game, but it wasn't too much harder and it did net us our last gold trophy. So after that, we headed off to the museum to then get that trophy because that can only be unlocked after defeating him. And you literally just have to walk in and the trophy is yours. And the final trophy we had was to get the Samaritan, and that is for doing every side quest. So that is what we did, and we did it. We finally platinumed Ratchet and Clank A Crack in Time, 15 years later. And I am pleased to say I have done it, and I will never be going back to this game again. So game number 2 is Astro's Playroom. Now this game was released way back when the PS5 was released to get you accustomed to the PS5 controller mechanics. As you can see, we do have the platinum, but we're missing one gold trophy on the first DLC and all the trophies on the other. So we went straight off and did the gold trophy, and that is for completing every level in under 7 minutes. It did take a while to get the old thumbs back running to how it used to be, but we did get there and we got the gold trophy. So up next, I did move on to DLC 2 and start doing the Easter eggs for the Astro boss. So there are certain levels where you have to do certain puzzles to unlock an Astrobot, and you do these and you will get a bronze trophy for each one. So the first one was putting a date in a tree, and we unlocked the Hunted Down trophy. I then moved on to the second level, and this was just copying Ape's dance moves. I'm not going to lie, I did have to have a screen up so I knew which buttons to press, because I kept messing it up. And you had to go get the banana every time, but we did eventually get it and get the No Escape trophy. Number 3 is probably my favourite one, and that is you have to stand on this astronaut and let an enemy kill you to unlock the Astrobot. Now, I did find this one the most enjoyable and the most fun, so I will give them a good 10 out of 10 for that one. Up next was our final one, and this is a Gran Turismo Easter egg, and you have to finish a race. It did take me a few attempts because I couldn't quite figure out the route, and I don't know why because it does show you, but we do get there in the end and unlock our 4th bronze trophy, which then unlocks the silver trophy and gets us back to 100%. Thoroughly enjoyed this little throwback and would happily do it again. So game number 3 is UFL, and this will probably be the quickest trophy cleanup you do see. So long before I started this challenge, I already gone back to UFL to clean up in my own time, But there was one trophy that eluded me because they have changed the game so much, you can no longer actually achieve it. So I was waiting for a title update, and as I finished Astro's Playroom, they did release one, and in my excitement I loaded up the game, not realising as soon as I loaded it up, a silver trophy would ping, and I would earn a platinum. But UFL, if you're looking for a fun football experience, I cannot recommend this game anymore. They have cut down the trophy and the platinum time in half, so I would recommend this game. Go give it a shot, go have some fun, and go earn that platinum. So up next is the fourth and final game and the bane of my life, and that is Batman Arkham City. I did start this game back in 2019, so that is 6 years ago, and I do believe we did start off at 35 trophies out of 51, but I didn't record the trophy list till late, so we had already earned some by then. Now, the game itself is amazing, but the trophy list made me want to quit trophy hunting once again. Now,
Oracle, we've got
I
a
did
problem.
luckily
I
have
solved
a
the last
save
riddle
file
in the
on this
but there
game.
wasn't a radio frequency.
I think was at about
I
65%.
don't think he thought I'd defeat
So
his
I
last
did
rogue.
pick up straight where I left off
He
last
still
time
got hostages
because
from the
I
church.
knew
If
I
they're
was
still
going to
alive, I need
have to
find
do
them.
a second playthrough
Search
anyway,
every record about the buildings
because
he's used
for
so
100%
far.
you do
There may be a
need to
connection
do
there.
New Game Plus. So we do start off just doing some of the side trophies, as in the Riddler. I think I already done 4 hostages. So we do the 5th, and we do go and get ourselves the base jumper trophy. Now, this game itself is an amazing game. The story is a 10 out of 10. I couldn't recommend this game anymore from a story point. I think it is my favourite Batman. The combat mechanics are great. The story is great. You do have every character. You have the Joker, you have Harley Quinn, you have Two-Face, you have Deadshot. You name it, you have it. You have loads of side missions. There is 400 riddles to complete as well, because you do need to get those riddles before you can take
No,
down the Riddler.
but there's no
So
point in
there
letting
is
him know
a
that.
lot of hours
Is
in
there?
this game. I think the platinum does stand at about 60 plus hours, and there is plenty to do. You are never bored. The biggest downfall of this game is the combat and the predator challenges. So these challenges are okay if you only want to do them once for the platinum. Now, there is multiple DLCs for this game, and there is a Catwoman DLC, a Harley Quinn, Nightwing, and Robin. Now, I do believe Harley Quinn, you do not need to do the combat challenges, but in the Catwoman, Nightwing, and Robin, you need to do the Predator and the combat challenges once again. And I'm not going to lie, that is where I draw the line. Because even though I didn't mind doing them once for the platinum, I don't particularly want to lose my sanity doing them again. Because all it does is make me want to lose my soul and my sanity and give up trophy hunting. But that being said, if somehow this channel gets to 500 subs, I will put myself through that torture for you and 100% game. But until then, we will just have to settle for the platinum. I think currently I am at 77% on this game, and that is where it is likely to stay. Just because the combat challenges, if they did not have those combat challenges through all the DLCs, I would quite happily do the 100% because, as I said, everything about this game is amazing. If you can get your hands on this game, either secondhand through the store, I cannot recommend it anymore if you are just looking for a great story and a great game and a great platinum, because the trophy images are really sick. The 100% trophy image, in my personal opinion, is one of the best trophy images there is out there and should probably be the platinum to this game. So we are coming up to the end. As you can see, I am just doing the combat challenges and getting them out of the way before I go and do my second playthrough and complete that. There is plenty of guides out there for these combat challenges, but that doesn't necessarily make them any easier and definitely not any more fun. So we have got the twice nightly trophy coming up, and that is for completing the game on New Game Plus. So the other thing about this game I did find interesting, not that I minded because this game is such a good game, is that for 100%, not only do you need to complete the game once and do every side mission, and obviously you don't need to do the 400 riddles twice, but when you do New Game Plus again, you have to do every side mission again. So you have to do every boss twice, every side mission twice. And I did find that interesting for 100% because there isn't many games where you need to do everything twice over. Usually it's just you do it once and then you do the New Game Plus or a new game again. And that counts. But on this you had to do everything twice other than the actual riddles. So if you did the 400 riddles in your first playthrough, you will just instantly unlock every hostage, which does make it a lot quicker. Obviously, if you haven't and you're doing it in your second playthrough, obviously it's still the same. But yeah, I did find it interesting that you had to do everything twice. But that being said, I didn't really mind that because this was a really fun game and I did enjoy the combat in this game. Even the combat challenges I actually very much enjoyed. I just don't like the Predator ones, and that is what puts off. So after getting the perfect free flow trophy, which I did take me nearly both playthroughs right at the end of the game to do, and I did enjoy it, I did find it a good challenge, we do go and get our 100% by doing the last riddle. I had done some of the Catwoman riddles, so they do go towards the Riddler, so this was the final thing I needed to do, and we will then 100% game and earn ourselves a nice new shiny platinum. Like I said earlier, this 100% trophy is probably the best design I have seen in a very long time and probably should have been platinum. But honestly, how cool is that? It's a sick plat. That would have been a sick platinum picture. But anyway, we do get the trophy, we do get the platinum, and we move on. So as you can see, we did earn all 51 trophies for the platinum, but we did fail the 100% because of the DLCs. Like I said, if we hit 500 subs, I will go back and get it. So after collecting 53 trophies and 3 of them being platinums, we are looking like this. We started off at 48.18%. We went and did Ratchet and Clank and got a 0.14%. We then went and did Astro and UFL and that took us up another 0.3%. And then we went and finished off Batman Arkham City along with getting the platinum and that took us up 0.5%, which gives us a total of 0.22%, taking our grand total up to 48.40%. So, not a bad cleanup, all in all. I do want to thank you for watching, for sticking around. If you like this content, do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, because there will be more to come. And until the next time, happy hunting.